Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz. I'm here with Thomas. I'm here with Sam. And it is time. It is time for our final Oscar nomination predictions. It's gonna be a
Big
lot. I
one.
can't I can't believe that we're already here. Like
I know.
it feels like it's been such a short amount of time from like the last Oscars. Like I don't know. But yeah, final prediction time. We got the three of us. We might go a bit insane by the end. But that's the fun. That's the fun. Hello, Cheyenne. Yeah, I saw Jonathan was live earlier. Hi, Yush. Hello, Franks and Cats. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Ezra. Hello, Nick. Okay, so how we're kind of going to be doing this. So I've been keeping track all season because I'm a psychopath of every single critics group and awards bodies nomination. So I have a complete tally of everything. And then I've weighted it into a point system that attributes based off of like how accurate they are, the value of a critics nomination versus like a major nomination with like a guild or a televised ceremony and all of the value of all of that. So I have a spreadsheet. It is wrong because if you predict off of stats, then you're going to get things wrong. Okay. Stats are not going to get everything. So we're going to be looking at the stats and what the stats and trends are be saying, and then just going off of vibes. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that the most voting crossover from any precursor is SAG with 13, and then is BAFTA with 8%. That's percent. SAG with 13%, BAFTA 8%. And BAFTA juries have their category, so it's even then it's hard. So even if you look at SAG with 13% crossover, okay? So one, they only vote on acting categories. Two, that is still 87% of votes that are uncounted for. That is why the Oscars are always the most insane, and we always like freak out and be like, oh my God, right? Like, it's crazy because they're so unpredictable. So we got to go off of vibes. Okay, we're gonna look at the stats and see who's even relevant, but then it's just vibes. And you might look at some of our predictions and be like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" But like, nobody was predicting a snub for Top Gun Maverick in Best Cinematographer last year. Nobody was predicting a snub for Decision to Leave an International Feature. Very few people were predicting Under Riseborough, except Sam because of vibes, right? And it's like sometimes you do just have to look at the vibes of things because stats will only get you so far. It's like what Oppenheimer says about theory, right? Theory will only get you so far. Like it's literally the same thing. Sometimes you just have to go off of vibes when building a bomb, and that's what we're doing with our predictions.
We're building a bomb. We are building a bomb. I'd like to clarify every single thing I say. I 1,000% believe in all of them are my genuine predictions. So even if it is a little more out there, genuinely believe it's going to happen. So
the chances of front runners getting snubbed are near zero.
Right.
Near zero?
Near zero. What would you like? What have you like me to say?
Yeah, we fucked it up. Anyways, wait, so people are sending us money.
Oh my God!
Thank you.
Wow.
Oh my God. I hope
I think we all do. I think we all
do. And
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but it is kind of really annoying that BAFTA had the audacity to nominate Paul Mescal for being cute when Andrew Scott gave the most emotionally devastating and complex performance in that film by far.
But also, Paul Mescal should get nominations because he's cute. Let's
okay, but realistically, it's annoying that Andrew Scott doesn't get to get that nomination.
Yeah,
when he gave by far the most complex and interesting performance.
Thomas
in that
is
movie.
frozen. This is great. It was Thomas's birthday, and as you can see now, he's dead.
Exactly. He was too old.
He was too old. His scream died. More money. Thank you, Ayush. Appreciate it. Just want to shout out Trevor.
No, Paul Mescal's performance is very good. I apologize.
I'm reading. Someone sent us money to read something out, so I'm going to read something out. Just want to shout out Trevor and Sam. I rewatched Zone on Friday and had a lot to say about it. And y'all's amazing analysis vid, a lot of insight, and I wrote my best review yet. Just a perfect film. Yes, I read your thing in the comments. It was very, very nice. Yeah, Thomas is just fully gone.
Also, want to just say I apologize for sounding dismissive of that performance. It is very good, but Andrew Scott should be there. Like that's what I'm trying to get at. I don't think anyone's disagreeing there.
I'm gonna call Thomas. Hold up, we're gonna put this up to the mic. We're already starting out chaotic. Here, I'm gonna put him on speakerphone. Hi, you're on the stream.
Hello, my Wi-Fi is just dipped out, but I'll be on in a couple seconds.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Do we all hear that? He'll be on in a couple seconds. Okay. See you in a second. Bye. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a Happy Birthday, Thomas, Stephen Day Lilies. To be clear, they're fourth cousins twice removed. Okay, they that is their relation. Thomas left because of the Paul comment. No, that's serious. Okay. We're just gonna start looking at Best Picture because I know that Thomas agrees with us, and then he'll put himself back in a second. So, Best Picture. No, I still think that she's winning the Oscar. Okay. Here we go. So here is the spreadsheet. All right. Let's see. Let me move this. So here's the spreadsheet as it stands. Okay. This is how it looks for best film. So we have noms, wins, major noms, major wins, and then we have its overall points tally right here. Okay. So this agrees with, I think, our top 10. Oppenheimer, Killers, Poor Things, Past Lives, Holdovers, Barbie, American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Zone of Interest, Maestro. I don't know if it's in that exact order. By the way, Past Lives has done so well with critics groups. Look at that. It has the third most critics groups nominations, the third most wins. It is crushing with critics groups. Crushing. We're all doing the TGA 10 losing money. Well, what else are you going to predict? Origin?
There's not really a great alternative. That's the thing.
Really?
If there actually was an alternative, I would predict it.
I would predict an
But
alternative.
there's none.
But like, I don't feel good about May December. I don't feel good about Spider-Verse. I don't feel good about Color Purple. I don't feel good about Saltburn. And like, what if Saltburn and Origin took up Past Lives and Zone? If Saltburn and Origin were getting other things, but like, I don't know. Saltburn didn't even make the BAFTA long list, the long list for 10, and it got 11 long list mentions, but not like, I don't know. Strangers. I don't know. I don't see it happening.
Oddly enough, the only movie that I could see actually being in there that's a surprise is Origin. Like that's the alternative. Like I genuinely don't think it's any of these other movies. Like that is going to be a movie with number 1 votes probably. Like I don't think these other movies that are on the cusp are getting number 1 votes. It's just sort of going through, are they going to get enough low mentions to squeeze in there?
Exactly. Yeah, and again, Saltburn not going for SAG.
Exactly my thinking.
Influencers.
Exactly.
I don't know. The Farewell didn't get the third most critics groups wins and nominations.
Or a PGA nomination for best film and a Golden Globe nomination in 5 categories.
And a BAFTA long list for best film. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking, yeah. I don't see how it's not the thing. This year seems to set a tone and turn of vibes. It's almost unbearable at the time, but like you said, what's the alternative? Right. Like I think it is really just this 10. And Thomas is texting me, he's restarting his computer, but he's just also doing consensus 10. So we'll put Oppenheimer number 1, then The Holdovers, then Barbie. And then what?
Killers, Poor Things.
Killers. Like, and also as far, and we aren't talking about wins right now. The only way I think Oppenheimer's challenged, which I've maintained this with Barbie, is like if it takes PGA SAG, then it's a challenge. And same thing with Holdovers. If that takes PGA SAG, then it's a challenge. But I'm increasingly waning on the idea that one can take both, because I think if Oppenheimer just wins one of PGA and SAG, then it's over. And I think that's something we'd have to, do the double of PGA SAG to knock off Oppenheimer, which again can happen, but I think it's looking less and less likely. So that would be the only other way. Poor Things, honestly.
American Fiction, I think, is up there too.
Yeah, I mean, order doesn't matter, but
yeah, at this point, and then Zone probably,
and then Maestro, Past Lives.
And Past Lives.
Yeah, that's the 10. This is the 10. This is probably gonna be our most boring one, because it is just like literally what else. It is just like literally what else. So. Yeah. Oh my God. Like Jesus, he's come back.
Hello. I should be back.
You're back. You're back.
Good. Yes. Good 10. Consensus 10.
Yep. Obvious 10. Okay, everybody, we have to stop being mean to Thomas in the chat now. He's back now.
Were they being mean to me? Oh.
No. Yeah, and that's the thing. it's such a good 10. Like I'd rather it would be boring. Yeah, this is like one of the best. Like the only thing that make it better is I think if like Maestro, for me personally, if Maestro missed for like Strangers or something like that, which would never happen.
That's not happening. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I think it is just this 10. Interesting order you've gone for. I wouldn't.
I don't fucking. It doesn't matter.
No. Okay.
Hello, Moonfall fan. Okay. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Now, BAFTA could not have made this category more confusing.
I have
BAFTA really couldn't have
we
made
can
it worse.
Hold up.
Good.
No, I disagree with you.
Yeah.
No,
okay. Cool.
I-
We'll ignore that.
Martin
I
Scorsese
agree.
also locked.
Okay, then third is Glazer.
No,
hold
third
up.
is Alexander Payne. Third,
Hold up.
Alexander Payne. In my mind, I was trying to work out which were the top 3 at BAFTA.
It was Payne. Payne was.
And I
third.
think in my mind it was Nolan, Payne, and Glazer were the top
Yeah.
3. So in which case I think
No,
they all get in.
it's just 2 for director at BAFTA.
Oh,
so-
well, in which case it's still Payne and.
No, I think it's Glazer. I think it's
not when Zone missed best film and
I
holdover.
don't. I agree,
Yeah,
but
I
okay.
think Payne was number 2.
Sam, you're
maybe
being
Justine Trier was in the top 2.
so okay. Here, just a second. Here we're gonna look at this list. Okay, so Nolan Scorsese, Gerwig's still done quite well overall. She's only missed BAFTA. That's the only thing that she's missed. Lanthimos as well. The only thing that he's missed is also BAFTA. Payne, the only thing that he's missed is
Got Globe.
Globe. Yeah, Globe.
Comments that I'm seeing are pretty much agreeing with my top 5 predictions. Like everyone is.
I'm going for the 5
Yeah.
white guy lineup.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
same.
Okay. I have a different take. So I think that we all Payne and Glazer, right? I think that Pacer third. Pacer.
yeah. No, I agree. I do think Alexander.
I think that
I
Payne
think
is
the reason he missed the Globe was the holdovers wasn't quite the thing that it has turned
But
out
the
to be
fact that
now.
I got DJ BAFTA, yeah.
Exactly. DJ BAFTA, I feel like that just sells you through.
Laser.
Okay. I am going for Justine Trier here as the 5. Argument. No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay. I think they're out. I think that they're gonna snub something random. I think Lanthimos, like I don't know. I think Lanthimos misses, and also I wouldn't feel comfortable having our 2 screenplay winners neither being director.
Or holdovers win screenplay.
Okay, well,
And
the thing,
I
but
do
I'm
not
gonna
feel
say Anatomy to win. I
comfortable.
mean, that's also possible. I didn't get to.
Poor things. If it's getting in, and if it's going to be everywhere, I feel Lanthimos would just happen.
Then why did
I
I,
think
mean,
so.
I guess.
Yeah, but the thing is, Lanthimos missed a Globe and a DGA nomination for The Favorite, and he still like got in over 2 of the DGA nominees.
I think they're gonna do something interesting here. We can go Lanthimos here. I'm leaning Trier personally, but if the consensus is Lanthimos,
Here's
we can
my
go.
logic with that. Last year, I didn't know what to do with this category. And I got like 2 out of 5 correct, I think. So I predicted Edward Berger to get nominated because I was like, All Quiet is Surging at the right time. He's an international choice, and they always do one every year. And it got a ton of BAFTA nominations. You have to look at a few things to be the international nominee of the year. And I know we all agree that it's Glazer, but the thing is, you have to look at a few things. 1, Cannes, which is important. 2, obviously acclaimed movie kind of peaks later, not later in the season, but like around the time of nominations when it's like seems sneaky. And they not only have to be international, they have to be an auteur. And that is why Edward Berger didn't get nominated and Ruben Östlund did.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think Justine Trier is going to get it. And if she did, it would be a passion pick, and they don't do that in this category.
No,
So-
Lanthimos makes sense.
Lanthimos
And-
makes sense,
yeah.
but if anyone were to get snubbed here, I wouldn't be surprised if he missed. And if he missed, I actually think Greta Gerwig would be the one to get nominated.
I've seen some people throw around
For the
Celine
record,
Song.
I
don't
put
know if that
Trier
happened.
over Gerwig. I would say Trier. In
I
my
think
mind is
Trier's
number
stronger than
6.
Gerwig.
But equally,
No, I
yeah,
don't
I
think
just
so.
like I don't view Anatomy really. Obviously, Justin Trudeau would be in my personal 5, etc., etc. But I can see why, if you're like Anatomy of a Fall, you still wouldn't maybe do Trier and director. I don't think it's quite that kind of film, you know. So whereas I think Poor Things does feel like that kind of film, Glazer, that just feels like that's happening at this point. So yeah, and I can just see the outrage now that they do an all male lineup. I can just see the outrage, and it feels.
And this is
Oh,
why
no,
I
world we've lived in
still think
before.
that Barbie. Still think
We've
that
lived in this
Barbie.
world before.
Barbie still takes screenplay. I think we're right.
The thing
We all
is,
agree.
it's just like this category has always been the boys' club. Always. They have never ever wanted to change that. So it's like I think people are setting themselves up for disappointment by trying to predict both Trier and
it's not going to be
Gerwig.
both Trier and Gerwig. I think if anybody gets in, though, it is Trier. I think Trier makes far more sense than Gerwig.
Yeah.
So
there is a world in which, because you haven't mentioned Bradley Cooper at all, yet he did get BAFTA Critics' Choice.
no.
If he missed DGA, then
no.
He did miss DGA. That was the problem for me.
He would have had to get DGA over Payne.
Yeah,
and he didn't.
yeah.
So yeah, no. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. I think this is fine.
Ugh, I know, and we're probably going to be right, and we'll know right
Okay,
away.
but, like, also, this isn't a bad lineup.
It's not, but it's like
it's annoying that there's no.
It's annoying, and just
I would personally have Trier and Song.
Several.
I would personally have Trier and Song in my lineup. But you know, it's not like this is a horrible. Like this isn't like them nominating like Todd Phillips and Taika Waititi or whatever. Like it isn't. It isn't that bad. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Actress is one of the more consensus 5 that I just agree with. I just agree with this.
I still have Lily winning, but
no, I think Emma.
I don't, but it doesn't matter.
If you guys want to put Emma 1, we can. I still think Lily.
The order of the top 2 don't really matter. They're both gonna get in, and then
and Margot probably 3rd.
I agree.
I think Sandra Hüller is number 3.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. I think Margot's 3. But I don't see any world where Margot Robbie misses. The fact that
got the BAFTA,
there's no way Sandra misses either. Like
no, and I don't think Mulligan's gonna miss. Like it would be weird.
It would.
No, I think if anybody misses, it is Carrie.
But I just don't see that really. I just don't see her missing. Like she got the BAFTA as well.
It would be, for to be honest, Anjani Mills-Taylor. But
yeah, it would. I've been thinking about this.
No, I think this makes sense. Would love for it to be Greta Lee, but she'd be in my personal lineup, but I just sadly don't see it. I really, really don't see it, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know. I think that this would be the 5. As you said, yeah. I think if anybody misses, it would be Carrie, but I don't know. And I agree. I personally still think Lily's number 1. I think she takes that.
If Lily Gladstone isn't the first name, if I don't hear the second they start announcing this, then we're fucked because.
Yeah.
We will.
We will.
Yeah. No. Okay. Cool. Easy. Actor.
Right. Do the top 4. Right.
Oh, also, I guess we didn't even look at it for this, but it's just. I mean, it's obviously this.
Yeah. I mean, clearly.
It's just. I mean, to be fair, Greta Lee's only a point behind, but that's just from critics groups. And then, like, if you look at the major noms, it's
Yeah.
So that'll just be fine. And that Benion's pretty far down below. Okay. Actor. So.
Get those top 4 in.
We can agree.
They're fine.
Top 4, easy, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should be disagreeing with this group. I've kind of gone back to Killian winning over Paul. Just because,
I don't know.
Because of Oppenheimer's winning.
That's a real time will tell one.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm split. I go back and forth. Right now, I'm currently leaning Killian, but I'm not sure.
I'd be in Paul, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I feel. Are we all doing a different one for the number 5?
We are.
Okay. And none of them are Coleman Domingo. We'll spoil that. None of them are Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo would be a good nom.
It would be fun to see him get an Oscar nom. I just don't, and we'll get to that in a second.
Is not in picture.
The thing is, these four are
whatsoever.
so strong. And
Yeah,
so
okay. So these four are locked. When I say locked, I
Hmm.
mean locked. Okay, like they're in. They aren't going anywhere. Okay, class, let's go. Let's go around the table and share our answers. All
Yeah.
right. None of us are saying Cole Domingo. Why? So a lot of things. I think a great exercise to do when you're predicting. Okay, we've all watched the nominations before. We've all seen the ceremonies before. Okay, we can all envision in our mind them announcing them. Okay, if I
Yeah.
am envisioning them saying, and the nominees for Best Actor are Bradley Cooper and Maestro, and then they say Coleman Domingo, like that just doesn't check out. It doesn't check out for me to hear the name Coleman Domingo for Rustin. I don't know why. It is purely vibes based. There is no stats because if you look at the stats here, Coleman's 5. Like Coleman just is 5th by a decent margin over Andrew Scott, Leo, and Kyogen.
Yeah, because like he got the SAG, but
He got
that kind of makes
everything.
sense. And BAFTA used a jury pick.
The jury
Like,
pick. Again, he
jury
got
pick.
SAG, but so did Adam Sandler and Hustle last year. They love their Netflix. Okay, he got BAFTA, but I think he was so clearly and obviously a jury pick, which we can't take into like. I think pretty clearly the top 3 were Murphy and then Giamatti and Cooper. I think just clearly and obviously.
I'm not worried that Jeffrey Wright missed there because
no, it isn't an issue because they hate
it
black
isn't
people.
an issue.
So like Denzel Washington's never been nominated there. Like the BAFTAs are racist. So if the top 3 was Murphy, Giamatti, Cooper, that means that Domingo was a jury save, which I can't take that much into account for. So if he has the 5th slot in actor at SAG, the same as Adam Sandler in Hustle, and then he has a jury pick at BAFTA, which doesn't even count. I'm still going with Andrew Scott because I think Andrew Scott was placed the highest of anybody else as far as the voting for the populist pick at BAFTA. And I think that he will write in on a passion pick. I am still leaning Andrew Scott. Thomas, share with the class.
Well, you think he's going to ride in off a passion pick? I think there's one film that, over the Christmas period, everyone watched. Everyone watched and everyone could not stop talking about that one sad little guy licking cum from a bathtub. They could not stop talking about him. They could not stop talking about him dancing naked around the house. They could not stop talking about him. I'm not gonna go into what else he did in that film, but Barry Keoghan feels like that kind of thing where if you watch Saltburn, and even if you didn't love Saltburn enough to do it for other categories, you could still do Barry Keoghan. Sure, he missed a SAG, but wasn't really expecting that. And like the BAFTA jury clearly did it though. There was clearly enough people just in a room going,
obviously the jury.
Who should we do? Who should we do? Just sort of 8 people sitting about in a room, and they landed on Barry Keoghan. I think a lot of Oscar voters in their minds,
fucking crazy.
I think a lot of people in their minds will just be looking at that list and going, "Oh, Barry Keoghan was very fun in that film, and he's doing a lot." I would argue he's the showiest performance out of Domingo DiCaprio. Well, we'll see. But Domingo, Scott, DiCaprio, Keoghan, I'd argue Keegan's probably the showiest performance out of those 4 in terms of how much he is doing.
I think Scott makes more sense as a passion pick, but
maybe. But I think Saltburn might have momentum. I think it might have enough momentum to just see Barry Keoghan slide into that nomination. Like he got the BAFTA, he got the Globe. Yeah.
Bang. I didn't know the stat, but now it's my new argument. Fuck you guys. Just keep on giving chat. Just keep on giving me stats so I can use them to argue that I don't know. Okay, Sam.
I think you're both absolutely incorrect. I think that it's just going to be Leo. And I have never, ever changed my 5 in months. I actually have never, ever, even if Andrew Scott got in the BAFTA, which would probably have been a jury save, I still wouldn't have predicted him. I think that Leo is still going to get nominated. I mean, look, I know he missed SAG, but he also missed SAG for The Wolf of Wall Street. So I don't know how much stock you can take into those things. 2, he is literally leading a Martin Scorsese film that is a top 5 contender in Best Picture. I just don't understand why everyone has suddenly ruled him out. I mean, look, I know it isn't the type of performance that a lot of people are going to put highly on their ballots. I know. But he has 7 nominations, and the actors branch is exclusive. So I feel like he's going to get in. Like I don't know. I think it's either DiCaprio or Domingo. I just don't see it being any of those other weird.
I think with a category like this, where I think that we can all agree, it would be between these 4 for the last one, right? It's going to be one of these 4. And I think it is genuinely close. And yes, Domingo, I mean, Domingo just makes sense, right? Domingo is just the obvious choice here.
Yeah.
But off of purely vibes alone, we just aren't going for it.
It makes sense for the film that's just not really anywhere else. Like it's solely going off Domingo. I mean,
a lot of people are saying very compelling things that he missed for The Departed, which won Best Picture, and that like he's playing an unlikable character, which for a lead category doesn't happen very often.
Doesn't usually go well. Thank you, chat, for giving me more ammo for my argument.
But if I don't predict DiCaprio, I'm just going to predict Domingo. I'm not predicting the weird British.
Fair, but I don't know. I think they're going to do something outside the box here. I really
think the one it makes sense to do is Barry Keoghan, not Andrew Scott. Because even though Barry Keoghan is arguably an unlikable character, he's unlikable, but he's not. You know,
people don't like. I know it's not always going to be like last year. Okay, I understand, but that is the Paul Mescal type of passion pick.
But Paul Mescal had so much passion in the category, like way more than Andrew Scott.
I think Andrew Scott has a lot of passion.
No, but Paul Mescal has so much more than he has now. And also, that category was so weak. And actually, like, if you look at the precursors last year, he was like the 5th slot. Like, he statistically was the one that was the most likely.
Okay,
I don't
look
Paul Mescal. If you look at the
who's
figure,
more likely than DiCaprio and Keoghan, guys. Look at who's statistically more likely than DiCaprio and Keoghan.
If you're looking at the figure, Paul Mescal, in terms of people like Paul Mescal as a person, I think that's a similar thing for Barry Keoghan, where his career is taking off right now. No, it's not Andrew Scott.
No, Andrew Scott he has so much passion in the industry. Everybody loves him. Did you watch?
And Barry Keoghan doesn't. Sorry, and Barry Keoghan doesn't. Barry Keoghan has all the passion in the world within the industry.
Newer. No,
people love him.
Far newer.
People love Barry Keoghan.
No,
people are never going to come to a fucking agreement on this category.
We're not.
No, here we go.
No. Although I will say as well, just to ding against Leo, like he's the least likely performance in an already film that seems like it's kind of tanking. Like Killers just seems like it's got downwards trajectory, and Leo's the least likely to get in, even after that. So I'm just not.
I hope we're all wrong, and I hope it's something.
It'd be really funny if it was just Coleman.
Yeah,
it'd be really funny if it was just Coleman.
I don't want it to be Keoghan. I can just see myself waking up very disappointed that Barry Keoghan got in over Andrew Scott.
I don't think it's going to be him.
I just no. Same with you. Agree that Andrew Scott is more likely than Barry Keoghan?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Fuck you, Thomas.
But I'd say Leo's more likely than Scott.
You got nominated.
Oh my god! Imagine if we would all be happy. We would all be happy.
Yes, I'd be happy.
It was Teo Yu. It would be weird if Teo Yu got in and Greta Lee didn't. I know the BAFTAs did that, but like.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, no, I'd say Leo over Scott, and Trevor, I presume you'd say Barry over Leo.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
We both have Barry last of this equation. I would have Barry below Coleman, to be honest.
7-time nominee and a Martin.
I would have Barry below Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, of the 4 we each have Barry.
Well, I'd have Coleman just after Barry though. I'd say Coleman is the safest pick.
So okay, here we go. My ranking.
Okay, yeah, let's work it out. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my god, wait! Can we do a ranking where our number 1 gets 4 points?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Someone in chat count the math. So, I would rank them as far as likelihood. Andrew Scott, so 4 points.
I'm doing the math.
Leo. Okay, Jesus. Andrew Scott first, then Leo second, then Coleman third, and then Barry fourth. So that's 4 to Scott, 3 to Leo, 2 to Coleman, 1 to Barry.
Okay, and I would say 4 to Leo. I would say 3 to Coleman. 2 for Scott and 1 for Barry. And
One
what
for
about you, Thomas?
I would
4.
go 4 for Keegan, 3 for Coleman, 2 for Leo, and 1.
It's just gonna be Coleman. If we're just gonna put like
Leo has the most points.
There we go. Okay. Cool.
fuck.
the-
I guess
the-
we're
the
okay.
math
Fine, we'll
is
just
That
put
spoken.
Leo in.
settles it. That's
The math has
exactly how we should
spoken.
settle it.
The math has spoken.
There we
The
go.
laugh spoke.
So
The laugh.
Coleman was close with
Words are
1 point
so
behind.
hard. The math.
there we go. There we go.
Okay, the math of our
Exactly.
opinion,
Exactly. It's
said Leo. Jack, we're doing math.
Yeah.
Oh God. Way to be boring. Yeah, I know math boring.
I know, but like we couldn't settle.
We
on
gotta
it.
figure it out, guys. We gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is not going to be any easier. This next category.
God. Okay. Break,
gonna get much
break out the calculus, everybody.
Yeah, here we go. Simultaneous equations.
Oh God.
Okay. So Divine
Okay,
Joy
we
Randolph
go.
and the whole.
Here we go. Divine Joy
Yes.
Randolph number 1.
Yeah, this is so easy and nice.
Okay. Yay. It's
I
going
love
so
it.
well.
Yay.
And
I think we can put Emily
How
Blunt
about it's
in.
just Divine Joy Randolph 5 times?
Yeah, just 5 times. Just leave it at that.
I think that's
all right, guys. Everybody give a thumbs up. Everybody give us a thumbs up. Let somebody screenshot this. Here we go.
There we go. Those are our
All right.
recommendations.
Um,
Emily Blunt can go in. Sam, I know you have doubts.
No,
It's
no, I
Oppenheimer.
still have her in. I still have her
Yeah,
in.
it's Oppenheimer, best picture in the
yeah.
film.
But like
Looks
genuinely, anybody
impossible
else
to
could
pick.
miss. Anybody else could miss. Yes, we all have a word expert. Look up our names.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Emily Blunt could miss, but I mean, yeah.
But she probably won't. Okay.
Is
can we
Danielle
just-
Brooks
can we
even
just go
free?
with Brooks? Because we were really unconfident that Brooks would get BAFTA, and she still did. So like,
She did. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
it doesn't matter
Yeah.
if she's number 3, but I feel like we should just put her in for now.
And
'cause
she
we
would
can
also
look at it.
fulfill the lone film.
The lone supporting nom.
the only
And
one.
Right.
now
Yeah.
is when it gets fun. So
Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at this.
Right.
So this math says Julianne Moore and Jodie Foster. I don't agree with that. I have Sandra Huller and America Ferrera.
I have
Okay.
Sandra Huller and Penelope Cruz.
I have Jodie Foster and Penelope Cruz. So there we go.
Okay, so I'm the only one with America Ferrera.
I don't think we can ignore Jodie Foster. I don't know why people
No, I
have been
actually,
ignoring Jodie
honestly, I
Foster.
might just do Cruz and Foster.
That is my 2. Look, Jodie Foster has
Mhm.
gotten in everywhere bar BAFTA, but we weren't expecting her to get into BAFTA anyway because she's not top 3. She's not top 3. Fundamentally, that's why she didn't get into BAFTA. But Naiad will play better at the Academy than it would have done at BAFTA. So, like, it played well enough at SAG.
I
for
am
both
with
of them to get in.
Jonathan. We are not putting in Jodie Foster.
But
Absolutely
why?
not.
It's such an Academy
No.
performance.
Okay,
just-
also,
guys,
also,
you
I'm
do it.
sorry.
You
do
can do
not
it.
muting the rest of
know-
you. I need to
The
speak.
coach doing that.
I'm muting both of you. I'm muting both of you. Okay. I need to speak. Vibes. Okay. We're good. I'm not going to put her in because I don't see it. I simply do not.
But why not? Because you don't like the
the
performance.
newest season of True Detective, which is so acclaimed, came out the day of fucking Oscar voting starting, and she's the lead.
You only can't see it because you don't like the performance.
Yeah,
I don't like the
exactly.
performance either. I don't like the
No,
performance.
no, I
But it's
simply,
Jodie
simply
Foster
cannot
an
imagine it
awards-baited
on nomination
performance.
morning. I
It's
simply
Jodie
cannot
Foster
imagine it.
in an awards-baited performance that has gotten in everywhere. It
It
got
is
in
the
everywhere.
Fourth priority for Netflix.
I don't give a shit. It got in everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
and what about
Jodie
Blonde?
Foster.
What was Blonde's priority on Netflix?
Yeah,
I think it was up to no. They
mm.
literally had it on their front page over multiple other things. Naiad is weak. I'm just gonna steal Jonathan's shit. Naiad's
Those
weak.
branches
Okay.
of the
I
Academy have
don't-
nothing to do with the actors branch.
I don't think that they care about Naiad at all. Okay. I think it is going to get completely ignored on nomination morning. I cannot imagine even if I am like 70 years old and racist. Okay. I can't imagine myself writing down Jodie Foster and like, okay, I'm not playing
But
the
that's
Jodie
'cause
Foster
you're
thing. I'm just
you.
saying if I'm like
That's
that
because
person-
you're
Yes.
you.
I-
That's because you're you when you're doing Sandra Huller in Zone of Interest.
Because I think that makes sense.
Won't be doing that.
No, I think Thomas actually has the very logistical vibe that I am going to agree with. That it's Penelope Cruz and Jodie Foster. And
but being smart isn't helpful. Okay.
No, but it's not being smart because the smart choice, obviously, the smart choice, if you've seen all the films, would not be to do Jodie Foster because you'd recognize that her performance is not good enough to make it in. But this is not the smart choice. This is the Academy choice.
This is the smart choice.
Okay,
it's the Academy choice.
Sandra Huller to get in.
It is doing Foster is the smart and objectively correct thing to do. Okay, but the Oscars don't always do the objectively, statistically smart and correct thing. I don't think that we can rely on that, and I think that Foster perfectly fits the type of thing that they would snub.
Why?
It is okay. Ben Affleck in The Tender Bar. Eddie Redmayne in The Good Nurse, which was
stronger.
Annette Bening got in SAG.
It was of similar.
It wasn't a sim. No, I don't think it's the same thing at all.
Everywhere, okay. Like, and then it was
I really don't think it's the same thing at all. Both of those as well. It's worth noting both of those were a male supporting actor, so that
doesn't matter. Yeah,
I don't know. It's just that trend. That's sort of stat, if you'd call it a stat. That's not for this category.
What do you mean?
I want to predict
Sandra Huller. A supporting category. It's literally just a supporting category.
But what if Sandra Huller, like, I'm so conflicted on that one because part of me is like, no way, the zone of interest does not fuck with the actors. Like, just not gonna happen. But Marina de Tavira got nominated, so that just like, it's tough. It's tough.
Like, I just don't know. And yeah, she did miss BAFTA. Like, I don't know. Off of just a SAG nomination,
I think we should put Penelope Cruz in.
Off of just a SAG nomination, which I don't understand putting Cruz in.
Well, you didn't understand. You probably wouldn't have understood putting Cruz in for a film that got no mentions all award season, yet she still did because she has so many friends and she is queen of the Academy, and we stand her in every single thing she does.
Yeah, and I didn't mute you. You did this to yourself.
She's gonna get in.
You're absolutely muted. Just leave and come back.
Oh, there we go. No,
there we go.
There's a button on the top of my mic that mutes me. I did not know it was there. I did not know it was there. Anyway,
Jack tried to convince me earlier to drop Danielle Brooks, and he texted me while I was at work, and he texted me like 3 things that were really long, so I just chose not to read them. But I'm sure the argument made sense. So
I really hate. Can I just say I hate that Julianne Moore has just been dropped from the conversation. I just can't see it though, and it's awful. It's awful that Julianne Moore will not be in the lineup.
What if she still gets it?
I just don't see it. I really just don't see Julianne Moore making it in. Because that's not a likable character.
Like Foy and Huller. I did not do this. I don't read them right now. No.
I feel like literally do not.
Do you want to come on the stream? I can send you the link. Show your face if you'd like to share your opinions, coward.
Can I just say, I have a feeling that not a single person is going to get this category 5 out of 5.
I'm getting it right, by the way, with Sandra Huller and America Ferrera.
Fuck up.
No, you're not. You're ignoring Jodie Foster. One of them could happen. Jodie Foster's getting it, and put Jodie Foster forward right now, since me and Sam are both doing it.
Thomas and I think it's very reasonable to have Cruz and Foster as our 4 and 5, and I will settle for that. I think that makes sense.
100%.
If you want to.
Also, Cruz won't be a lone nom. Like, Ferrari is getting noms elsewhere. That's worth mentioning.
Okay. I
just don't know if Huller is not just a BAFTA thing. I just can't shake that feeling that Huller is just what the BAFTAs did.
Yeah, because Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter was just a BAFTA thing.
That's a good point.
It is, but the BAFTAs, I feel like the BAFTAs went for Zone of Interest in a way that the Academy just won't.
Yeah, I
don't think the Academy are going to love Zone. I think they're going to like it enough to put it in everywhere that we're sort of expecting, but I don't think they're going to love it and go overboard.
We can listen. If you guys want to put in Foster and Cruz, we can put in Foster and Cruz. I cannot. I don't know. I can't picture not just one, but I don't imagine both of them getting in.
I don't either, but I don't know what to do with this category.
I think the
I
smart thing to do is to do one of those two and one of the ones that is going to get into Best Picture, i.e., one of Trevor's two, because I don't know if both of them will get in. Both of them feel like the type of thing that could get snubbed, and one of them, Sandra Hüller, America Ferrera, could just coattail off their film. Like that is a very real possibility. So I wouldn't mind taking out Cruise.
Which would you guys rather have, a Ferrera and? I mean, which would you rather have, a Ferrera and Hüller? Also, like
Hüller.
for the record,
Hüller.
we just haven't mentioned Julianne Moore, and like she could happen. We haven't mentioned Rosamund Pike. She could happen.
I don't think I actually. Here's the thing. Out of all the bubble
it
contenders,
could legitimately just be Moore and Pike.
But can I say, out of all the bubble contenders, I actually have the least confidence in Rosamund Pike because the Golden Globe BAFTA package for a nomination is always very spotty and actually very weak. And I think that Pike would have needed SAG, especially considering Saltburn's like populist, aura. So I don't think that Pike is going to happen at all because I don't think voters are going to put that highly on their ballot, but I also don't see enough people just throwing her in there for her to get the nomination. So I honestly have more confidence in someone like Rachel McAdams getting nominated than Rosamund Pike, which I know is crazy, but I just really don't see Pike. Like
I've put her towards the bottom.
I really don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel good about her. Like for the record, Sandra Hüller is my favorite performance in this category, and it's like not even close. And then it'd be Boy, but like
I go Hüller over Ferrera. If we're doing one of ours and one of you, I do Hüller over Ferrera.
Yeah,
like Lone BAFTA.
I was gonna say Hüller is my favorite, but I think Ferrera makes more sense.
No, Lone BAFTA makes more sense than
Lone. Lone Critics' Choice is statistically more correct. Lone Critics' Choice is statistically more correct, and also. She has like the Oscar clip of the year. Sandra Hüller doesn't even have a single close-up, so I think that Hüller would be the 5. I have America Ferrera at 4.
Okay, here's the thing with America Ferrera. If SAG, which is like the group that's gonna love Barbie, couldn't put her in, and they put it in 3-4 other categories, and they did Penelope Cruz, like that's just like, come on.
That's just what I thought. Yeah, like I don't imagine the Academy would be any more favorable to Ferrera than SAG were.
Far more like Lone SAG is statistically worse than Lone Critics' Choice.
But it's Penelope Cruz. It's a different case because it's her. It's different. She is so well liked.
Because it's her, and it's not and like it's
is loud as fuck in that movie. She is un fuego caliente. She is like insane in that movie. What she's doing.
So do you want to take out? Okay, so then do you want to do Cruz and Ferrera and take out Foster? Because I'm
no.
So then
what are you talking about?
Over Cruz?
What? Say that again.
Ferrera over Cruz?
No, I don't want to do no. The only one
Hüller and Foster.
I wouldn't mind if you were to do Hüller and Foster.
I wouldn't mind that either, but
I kind of just want to keep Cruz in.
So both of you guys are doing Foster Cruz. So we all agree in the top 3. Both of you are doing Foster Cruz. I am saying Hüller Ferrera.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I just can't. I would like to predict Hüller. Hüller kind of makes sense in my mind. I just can't help.
Guys, we should predict Hüller.
Don't predict the SAG 5.
I'd be fine doing Hüller.
Don't predict the SAG 5.
Drop Cruz and
Hüller. Can we do ranked voting again?
Yes. Okay.
No, because you're just going to put Foster last, and Foster shouldn't be in this conversation.
No, I'm not. I know. I'm going to be genuine. I'm not putting Foster last.
Okay, who's
being included?
Why are we doing this conversation should exclusively be about that 5th spot, and Foster should just be in there. I'd like to make that very clear. But
no. Okay.
Right.
So
who are our people? Moore,
Foster, Pike, Hüller, Ferrera, Cruz. I think we can leave off Foy and McAdams.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ranking those 6? Okay.
Those 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ranking those 6.
We're ranking these 6, everybody.
Okay.
Here we go. as far as how likely we think it are.
Is
Okay.
there a way I can bump up the numbers for Foster by like giving her extra points? She needs X. Sam, you better
Okay.
put her first because Trevor's
I'm
gonna
putting
do
her
last.
second. I'm putting her second.
No, she's gonna be that. Here we go. Can I get my ranking first?
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
I need to do the points. I need to do my ranking and I need to do the points.
Okay, well, vocalize your ranking. Vocalize your ranking.
Okay. And there. So 6th place gets 1 point. 5th gets 2. 4 gets 3.
Yeah.
Yada yada.
Yeah.
Okay. Go from 5. Go from 6 to 1. Like last.
No, go from 1 to 6, from first to last.
Okay. Well, no, because I need to. The tally marks
'Cause
takes a lot
Sam's in the match.
longer to do 6 than 1.
Okay, so we're counting up from 6th place.
Yes.
So starting with
Okay.
least likely and going to most likely.
Least likely to most likely.
Okay, least likely is Rosamund Pike.
Okay.
Second least likely, Julianne Moore. So then 4th place is where I would put Foster.
You're
3rd
mental.
place, I would put
You are
Cruz.
mental.
2nd place, I would put Huller. And 1st, I put Ferreira. I feel very confident about Ferreira.
Okay.
And yes, you know it's serious when
that's
we have
your
to do
turn.
math.
Right. So last, Moore. So Moore 1 point. Pike 2 points. Ferreira 3 points. Huller 4 points. Cruz 5 points. And Foster with the 6.
This is so tense.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
I have Rosamund Pike with 1 point, Julianne Moore with 2 points, America Ferreira with 3 points. I'd have Foster with 4 points. No, Huller with 4 points.
Ooh, this is gonna be
Foster
close.
with 5. And Cruz with 6.
I think it's just your
Okay.
two.
I think it might
Jesus.
just be our
Okay.
Show
two.
the screen. Show the screen.
Do you want me to tell you the okay? So our least is Pike and Moore. One has 5, one has 4, so we can rule them out.
Okay.
Ferreira has 12.
Okay.
Huller has 13.
Okay.
Foster has 14, and Cruz has 15.
Okay, so
How
order.
the fuck has Cruz come out on top there? Sorry.
this is our
Fair
order.
enough. Fair enough. Good.
gonna
Okay.
be
Democratic
Huller-
system.
Oh, no, but I do not want to predict the SAG 5.
I think that you're wrong, but
I
you
don't think
you
this
put,
is right.
but Sam, you put those top 2.
Maybe I will. No, but fuck it. Are we gonna do
Hang on.
Huller then?
If I switch around Huller and
Am I
Cruz,
gonna redo
if I switch around Huller and Cruz,
because I switched Huller and Foster on my thing, so it's like
Oh
If
yeah,
I
no,
switch
I'm
around Huller and
also going to
Cruz,
do this, by the way,
what
everybody. I'm also just fully going to do this.
fine. I'm going to say instead of Jodie Foster, I'm going to re-switch those, and I'm going to
Okay.
do Fuller as number 2.
and I'll re-switch Huller and Cruz.
So what does that do to math?
So
Does
Foster
that just
still
even
gets
it out
six.
again?
I think that
there's
just
an
evens
all
out
tie
again.
now.
I think that evens out again. Yes, that evens out again. No, yeah, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. Here.
We shouldn't predict SAG 5.
No,
we
can't,
just
but this-
shouldn't.
Right.
When we
Can-
use math, it's just going to come to a basic consensus. So there's no real way to like.
Don't
let's
predict
just
SAG
do
5.
Foster and Huller and call it a day.
Fine, even though
Good.
Cruz got the most points.
We need to move on.
Yeah,
We need
even
to
though
move on.
Cruz got the most points, we're gonna take her out.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
right. Okay, supporting actor.
Okay, so we're Nectar here.
Oh god. Oh
You
my
hate
god.
doing this. It's so fun
Okay.
though. Okay,
This one should
Downing,
be more
Block,
right. We got a
Gothic
top
Block.
3.
nope. And then it's RR, right?
Yeah, yeah. Do all of them. I'm not trying to hijack the predictions. I'm just it ended up with the 2 that I wanted. That's just how it works.
Fuck, did we do yours?
Maybe.
You won.
I know. Right.
Oh yeah,
so
by the way,
Danny
yeah, I
Jr.
do think the Huller's getting a double them. Oh wait, that was the wrong comment. This one. Yeah, we're gonna go like 1 of 5 in this
Yeah,
category.
we're just gonna get Divine Joy Randolph.
Here,
Like,
somebody screenshot the of us just having Divine, and that's our prediction. Okay, that's our.
Mm, pretty
This
much.
We'll
is
be-
the
we'll
new
be
version of
right.
girl math.
Can I say something? Imagine if it's Divine Joy Randolph, and then it's Penelope Cruz, Julianne Moore, America Ferrera, and Rosamund Pike. That could happen. That could
Yeah.
happen.
And
That's
Anything
yeah,
could
it's
happen.
insane because I could conceivably see that.
insane.
Right.
That category is
Something-
fucked.
I think me and you agree on this one, Trevor. Unless you've changed your mind.
Do we? I
Maybe you
forgot what
changed
I
your
was
mind.
predicting. So
Robert De Niro.
either-
Robert De Niro.
yeah, obviously De Niro.
And then I
Wait,
think both Poor
It's,
Things Boys.
you
Okay.
do his name like that,
I
right?
also have both Poor Things Boys, and I only have both Poor Things Boys because I don't genuinely believe that both
I think
of them are
Defoe's
going to get
stronger.
nominated.
Defoe's stronger.
But I know that one of them is going to get nominated. So with the logic, I would rather get 4 out of 5 on a category than try and predict something a little extra and get 3 out of 5.
I
But
think this is
but-
where we get our.
I have
is-
something lingering in the back of my mind that it's going to be Defoe and Melton. I don't
I've
know
seen a lot
why.
of people saying Poor Things double.
I think the momentum for Melton has died down, as unfortunate as that
Yeah.
is.
It's
And I don't know if Critics' Choice SAG is like the best haul. Like it's decent for Sterling K. Brown, but equally SAG seem to clearly like American Fiction. Whereas I don't know if the
And
Academy will
also,
take to it in the
Sterling
same
K.
way.
Brown is known for This Is Us, and he has a lot of SAG nominations for that and has several wins. And most of the people who are members of SAG are TV. So I feel like that nomination there is because of him and that particular group of people. But I wouldn't be that surprised if he got nominated. He's showy, very heartwarming. Like he does go through an arc, and it's a very easy like movie to be on board with. But I don't know. Something tells me that Charles Melton and Willem Dafoe are going to be 4 and 5, and Jack agrees with me. So
Right.
I-
I kind of want to just do a double nom because
he reminds me of Brian Terry Henry and Kristen
Even when we're
Stewart.
not like expecting a double nom, like with The Power of the Dog, if a film's like a strong enough contender and there are 2 performances you could easily go in and slip and put in, I just think it makes sense to do a double. So
I know I want to predict the double because, like, again, I want to have my lone nom, Daniel Brooks, and I want to have my double, Poor Things.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel comfortable predicting supporting categories without my lone nom and without my double.
I would love to see Sessa.
Seth would be
And
great. Melton would be great.
If
Seth is
lone
not-
BAFTAs can happen when the support for the film is strong enough, like we saw Jesse Plemons got just BAFTA and it made it in. But
But Jesse
I don't-
Plemons was
that's
also
Jesse
so
Plemons.
established, and
That's
Jesse
not Dominic
Plemons
Sessa.
Yeah,
had
exactly.
been in like 6 Best Picture nominees.
Exactly.
Sessa
Lone
is in
BAFTA
one
otherwise
film. Yeah.
is not brilliant, especially if we're presuming that was a jury pick.
I
which-
think that.
yeah.
Sorry, Jack. I think that people that are predicting Melton are just kind of and like
Coping.
it could happen, but I feel like we're just coping from like what happened earlier in the season. Like I think so. Oh,
I mean,
Milo,
that's a showy performance.
it shocks me that Milo didn't happen at BAFTA. Shocked me. Like, because like they love doing support. They love doing child actors and supporting. I don't understand.
Hmm.
But yeah, okay. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Do we agree
I
though?
think we're
with-
just doing double nom because
we're just doing double nom for Poor Things. We're just doing double
Yeah.
for Poor Things.
I think
Okay.
I feel fine with that. I feel
Okay.
fine with that.
I've had a minute cancer, no, no, yes. That's like me with Jodie Foster, okay? Jack, you can understand now, okay? What you're doing with Charles Melton is like me with not putting in Jodie Foster. Okay? Yes, am I a little bit delulu? Absolutely, okay? But I'm not going to
I
change
think
now.
Charles Melton is going to get it. I do. Fuck it. Fuck it. I've been saying for the past week that I'm so scared that I'm going to try and get 4 out of 5. I'm going to try and get 5 out of 5 and get 3 out of 5.
Are you
Fuck
dropping
it.
Ruffalo?
I'm dropping Ruffalo and I'm putting Melton in my 5. I'm doing it. I
Okay,
do
but
not
we don't
care.
need to do math because Thomas and I would both put Melton last.
I
for that
both,
group.
yeah.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm still holding
And I'm
on
not.
to it.
It's not even like I don't know which Poor Things boy will get in, and I'm trying to do 4 out of 5. I genuinely think it will just end up being the double nom. So
very easily could be. Very easily could be.
I would love that.
Wow.
Video.
that would be.
Woof!
Yeah.
It'd be incredible. I mean, and to be fair, like, and genuine, like, both performances in Poor Things are incredible and would be deserving of noms. But-
Yes, they would be. I actually
No, I mean,
love
if you want to go, I mean, in like, you may have mentioned Sterling K. Brown. I was tweeting, but I feel like we haven't mentioned Sterling K. Brown, but like, that could actually.
Yeah, I did
absolutely-
at the start. I just not
Yeah.
entirely sure. And someone mentioned Robert De Niro maybe missing. If you want to
I
find a
don't see
comment.
it.
I think he was BAFTA top 3, to be honest. Like it was just the top 3 of the top 3.
Yeah.
So I feel fine about De Niro.
Yeah. Okay. Woo, woo.
Okay. Original screenplay. I feel
Guys,
this
we're
is
an
going to
hour
be
in
fairly...
already, and we've done
God,
just...
we're an hour in.
That's fine. That's fine. It's going to be a marathon
Oh
stream.
no.
Right.
This is too long. Okay.
This one I think is fine.
Original screenplay.
Right?
So winning, I think Anatomy is winning, but that's just me.
I do too.
I kind of do as well. And then Holdovers, Past Lives, Maestro. I think you're stupid not putting
also
Maestro at this point.
Just for the record.
Hmm.
Why we have Anatomy winning is because WJ we won't know, voting isn't even happening until after the Oscar noms, I think. And I think Anatomy will have Globe and BAFTA, and then Barbie won Critics' Choice, and then that's gonna be it. And Holdovers didn't even make Globe screenplay, which I know it's the Globes and whatever, but and like stats, whatever. But it is very hard to win screenplay when you aren't even nominated for Globe screenplay. So that's why I'm just leaning Anatomy right now. I think that we're getting Anatomy Barbie, but yeah.
Yeah. Unless Holdovers takes BAFTA, but
unless Holdovers
Maybe,
takes BAFTA.
maybe.
If that happens, then sure. I'll pull this up.
and then yeah, I do think Maestro is just in. I would even put Maestro over May December, just in case like May December gets goose egg.
I don't know. I could see a Maestro miss.
I think Maestro is probably going to miss.
I kind of think
For
Maestro.
what? For what?
No, Saltburn.
Saltburn.
But no, May December. Take on May December and put.
No, I have
Saltburn.
both May, December, and Saltburn.
Really.
I feel Mank. I can't get Mank out of my mind when thinking about
Mank,
Maestro.
exactly. If Mank couldn't get nominated for screenplay when it's a movie about the person who won the original screenplay Oscar from Citizen Kane,
it's so righty, and Maestro is so tonally similar to Mank.
But Saltburn is. She's right. Saltburn didn't get BAFTA.
I know.
Saltburn and
but,
BAFTA
the
loved
worst person in the
Saltburn.
world should have gotten BAFTA then for original screenplay, right? Like, isn't that
Worst
so
person in the world?
European?
I wouldn't mind putting in Saltburn. I can see Saltburn happening. It would be over May December. Like critics like May December.
No, I have May
Did
December.
industry love May December? Like SAG didn't do it anywhere. BAFTA didn't do it
We need to do
anywhere.
girl math again.
No, because there's only 3 of them.
Because my order of these would be May, December, Saltburn, Maestro. And Sam, you agree?
I
So
agree.
that's
But
May,
I will
December.
settle
You both
I
agree.
will settle for Maestro and May December.
Yeah.
May December.
I mean, if you both want to do so, because I do kind of want to put Saltburn in. Actually, I might do Saltburn over May December, to be honest. I think
So
it is
your
Maestro,
order.
Saltburn.
So your order is
Maestro, Saltburn, May December.
So that would be okay. So with Sam and I, May December has 6, Saltburn has 4, and Maestro would have 2, and then you have Maestro getting 3, so that puts that up to 5, and then Saltburn is at 6, and then May December at 7. So that would be May December Saltburn.
Which,
No, I'm fine with putting Maestro in instead of Saltburn.
yeah.
If we want to do
I
that,
want
but
Maestro in there. I do want
this
Maestro
is
in there.
this is the 5 that everybody's gonna go with. For the record, I have Saltburn in. I'm gonna make a note.
Same.
I have Saltburn
I
in
do
as
too.
well.
I do too. But
Okay, wait, we've all got Saltburn in.
We all have Saltburn in. And we all have Saltburn in, and Sam and I both have Maestro last.
Then
as
I
first.
don't know why Sam's settling. Yeah,
yeah, well,
This.
Oh.
fine.
You have
I
Air in
just-
May December.
oh my god, if
That's
Air got
bold.
nominated,
Air
I
gets
Gets
in.
it. Imagine it's
right-
Maestro and Air. People are gonna fucking lose their minds.
wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Just gut feeling on Saltburn.
It is a
winner.
previous winner, yeah.
Joey.
I keep forgetting that, but that is a very valid argument to make as well. But
Like,
yeah,
she's a
I do
previous
think
winner,
Saltburn
it's
gets in. I do think Saltburn gets in.
Yeah.
All right.
This
But
is a fact.
adapted.
Okay,
the easiest
finally.
adapted possible.
Finally.
Finally.
A nice
Finally get it
one.
done. Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
one.
Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Killers, and nothing is missing. Nothing
Literally
completely
nothing's missing
missing.
here.
So
Easy, right? We all agree. We're all friends. This is the list. Like, it's not even close. Yeah.
yeah,
Easy. And this is all really close between these 3 at the top, but we're all leaning Barbie right now. Zone's not happening. Sorry. For what? For what? For what? Like, tell me, explain to me what's missing. Like, explain. I don't see it. Would love if Zone got in. Zone of Interest only potential upset over Killers. I guess. I don't know. We're moving on. I don't want to get stunlocked on this category.
Yeah.
We already spent
We're
like
not 40
shifting on
minutes
talking about supporting actress, so
Yeah.
we need to move on. Okay.
Cinematography. Oppenheimer, obviously.
Oppenheimer. Okay. Oh God, this is gonna be. We're gonna argue about this one too. So this is the order right now: Oppenheimer, Killers, Poor Things, Maestro, Barbie. I don't think Barbie's happening. It's all close between that Saltburn zone. Saltburn has BSC and BAFTA. Zone has BAFTA. Barbie has Critics' Choice. These got everything. However,
Zone of Interest is gonna get in.
Okay, so we can all.
Are we sure Zone of Interest is going to get in?
Lukas Shaw was nominated for 2 other foreign films that didn't
and
get
Cold War.
nominated in other categories, and they also nominated Never Look Away in cinematography. Like, I just think that Zone of Interest is going to get in.
Okay,
I'm happy to put in El Conde and Zone, but I don't want to take
What
out. But I don't want to take out
what
Maestro.
if-
I know you're Trevor. You're going to argue Maestro.
no, we can put in Maestro.
What
And
if
take out
Killers of the
Killers.
Flower Moon doesn't get nominated?
I don't mind doing that. I don't mind
This
doing
is
that.
my 5. This is my
okay,
5.
that's your 5. Perfect. Yeah, I'm
Do
very happy.
we all
with that.
agree? Oh my God, are we actually all agreeing with me?
Yeah.
For once. Yeah.
Because I was worried you were going to try and argue Maestro out for El Conde.
No, I'm
don't,
fine with
but
keeping Maestro in, and we
I'm
take out
perfectly
Killers.
fine with we snub Killers here.
And just Rodrigo Prieto gets nothing for this or Barbie. Yeah. Okay. Okay, moving on.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, the all black and white lineup.
That is very true. Poor
Whatever.
Things could be the one to miss. But
I think that
I just think it's more likely to be Killers.
I don't know. I feel really good about Zone and El Conde getting again. In 2018, they did Never Look Away. They did Cold War, a Lucas Joel film, and they did Roma. They did 3 international films. Okay, last year they snubbed Top Gun for Tar. The cinematographer's branch does some really weird stuff. Okay, they go crazy. They do some weird stuff, and they love to go for art house stuff. El Conde makes perfect sense. Perfect sense as the Bardo. Okay, Zone of Interest. Like last year, they did 2 international films. Like this isn't unprecedented. Last year they did Bardo and they did All Quiet on the Western Front, and they just nubbed Top Gun, and Tar got in. Right? Like they do some weird stuff. We shouldn't be expecting a normal 5 here. I think I don't know whether it's Killers, whatever. I think that something misses, and I feel really good about these 2 getting in.
I've seen people mention Saltburn. I think it is worthy of a mention as something that could slide in. I'm not doing it, but it is worthy of a mention.
Yeah. It isn't fully. There are scenes where the colors are only black and white, but it isn't shot in black. There's literally no other way I can describe it. The colors in the scenes are black and white, but it is not shot in black and white.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's you just have to see the movie.
Cool.
Okay, that's our 5. We're snubbing Killers.
Like here, this is what
I guess Barbie could still get in, yeah, but I wouldn't need to see it get ASE, to be honest. And the fact that they did El Conde over it there. Yeah, that's what the scene. Yeah.
God. Oh my God. Sorry. It should win.
It should win. And yeah, Linus. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I know that the Zone of Interest has like stationary, like Chantal Ackerman shots, but like the weird shit in the cinematography is like interesting enough.
It's like kind of groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Oppenheimer.
I'm not gonna lie, with editing, I could really be swayed because I have not thought much about this category.
Here, let's take a look at this. This shows Oppenheimer, Killers, Poor Things, Barbie, and then Maestro and Anatomy are literally level on points. I honestly just think it's Oppenheimer, Killers, Poor Things, Barbie, Anatomy.
I'd agree with that.
I think Poor Things could get snubbed, but I'm not predicting that.
Poor Things could get snubbed, but I feel like it'd be for something random like holdovers. I don't think Maestro's getting in here.
I do, but I'm fine taking it out.
And I do think Anatomy of a Fall is making it in.
I do think Poor Things would be a random sub. Barbie just makes a lot of sense to me as like because they really like comedy editing a lot, and I think Barbie would be winning
Like
ACE
you've got
comedy.
that there. Like I can
Yeah.
see the argument for Holdovers. On paper, Holdovers is obviously a editing like contender, but it's not been nominated anywhere. Like,
No, nobody's
anywhere.
gone for it.
Like even BAFTA, who really clearly loved Holdovers more than we were expecting.
Yeah,
even
it doesn't have a major nom. And we are working without the information of ACE, which we normally have, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really okay with this as a 5. I'm really okay.
I'm fine with that as a 5.
And yeah, we're going for anatomy. That just feel again Tar. Okay,
it deserves to win
it, and it really makes sense.
Yeah.
American Fiction as a dark horse. Sammy, you've mentioned this a couple times.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll actually happen because it is kind of shot like a sitcom a little bit. So like, I don't know if they're gonna go for it, but it wouldn't be that surprising. Like,
I feel like Holdovers would make more sense in America.
Yeah, but in terms of comedic timing, there's definitely more with American Fiction in terms of editing. So
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I know. I can see it. And again, I think that Poor Things would be the thing to miss. To be honest, like I feel really good about anatomy, and I just think Barbie makes too much sense in this category.
What was the big miss last year?
I can't remember.
I don't know remember.
But I don't even know if there was one, to be honest. Are we? But like, I don't think that we're doing the big miss.
Yes, it was like.
No, I think that Tar is way more similar in its editing to Anatomy than it is to Maestro.
Because like, look at the most infamous scene of Maestro. It's a long take.
Right.
There is no editing in it.
Right.
In the most of the
Anatomy is like really heavy on the cuts, and same thing with Tar.
Yeah.
So yeah. I guess All Quiet was kind of a big miss. Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Did Fablemans miss?
Yes. That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. Anyways, I feel good about that 5. I feel good about that 5. When we don't have to argue, I don't want to.
No. Production's I feel good about 4. Let's just put that 4 in.
Yeah, well, okay, let's just take a look at this here. Barbie, Poor Things, Oppie, Killer. So the majority of places have been going for Astro City. Like, look at these numbers right here, okay? They
don't fall for it.
For some reason, they hate Wes Anderson.
Don't fall for it.
I don't get it. So yeah, I don't think they're going there. So then what are we feeling?
I think I'm the zone of interest.
I'm also feeling the zone of interest.
I think they're gonna go to Saltburn Castle or Saltburn Palace. I think that's where they're going. I think it's Saltburn getting in here.
Sorry, Thomas. You're predicting Saltburn to get actor, screenplay, and production design.
I am. Yeah. I just don't know if the zone of interest love will be that heavy. I think it'll be good enough to get into like cinematography. I just don't know if it's quite
yes, it's Parasite in production design. Great.
I agree. Yep.
It's like the production design isn't showy, but one, it does take place 70 years ago, and that always helps in this category. Whereas Saltburn takes place 20 years ago, which they don't love that. And it uses the space and the production design to actually push its narrative. So in the same way that Parasite did. And Zone of Interest got BAFTA. Parasite didn't even get BAFTA.
Right. This feels like the artsy pick of the bunch to me. I don't feel like it would be. I don't think it would be Saltburn.
Maybe. I mean, if you're both doing it, then obviously it makes an in. But
yeah.
Put it out there,
and also for our like full individual predictions, go to our awards expert. I'm gonna change some things slightly after having this conversation. Yeah. But by tomorrow on Award Expert, which follows us all, minus Trevor Matson, Thomas Gladstone, Sam Meltzer. Follow us on Award Expert. It's Brother Bro from his app. It's very great, better than Gold Derby, just significantly. And follow us there, and that's where we'll have like all of our personal final picks. But as far as a consensus pick, So, okay, so Barbie here, costumes, Poor Things, obviously. I like just doing this 5. Killers, Napoleon, Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we all agree here? I think
do,
Napoleon
actually.
gets
I
its
haven't given
random
much thought to this category, but I think Napoleon can get in. So
because like the question is just what else? Like Color Purple, I don't think so. Wonka, BAFTA didn't even go for it. Maestro, I think Maestro is the 6, but then like Saltburn, like it just I don't see what else you go for aside from this.
no. Saltburn could be a dark horse, but I feel like if I predicted in too many places, why am I
Right.
not doing it in picture?
Then you just will do it in picture. I don't think you
So,
want to do.
I feel fine.
Yeah,
leaving.
Oh
Maestro-
yeah, no, I
Maestro-
might do that.
Maestro is definitely the 6.
Yeah.
Hunger Games. I don't think Hunger Games has ever gotten a nomination before in
No.
like a non-song category. Yeah, I think Maestro is definitely the 6, but I just
Honestly,
don't.
agreed. I think if Saltburn
Agreed.
deserves nom anywhere, Saltburn doesn't deserve any nominations. I'll make that clear. I'm predicting it for places. It doesn't deserve them.
Yeah.
It does for costumes, actually.
Yeah. Honestly, like my personal costumes lineup would be like Barbie, Poor Things, and then like Saltburn passages and bottoms.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like I love some fun contemporary costume work.
What would I have?
But yeah, Priscilla as well would also absolutely.
Priscilla would be a worthy nom.
Yeah.
Oh, I would nominate Asteroid City for costumes.
Also fantastic.
Mm,
Also fantastic. Yeah.
And the Zone of Interest. Great costumes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you just want to nominate the movie everywhere. So.
Yeah.
But no, we're just going to this 5. We're just going to this 5. The Color Purple, I don't think that's getting anything outside of Brooks, and Brooks could even miss. Like I just and guys, so when we do our early predictions for next year, whatever is coming out on December, whatever's coming out around Christmas, just don't go for. Babylon last year, Color Purple this year, like whatever comes out that last week always flops. Like I'm sorry, it just does. Like that always used to be like the prime, like end of December, but no, you got to be earlier now. If you're coming out like at the very end of the year, it isn't good.
No, doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, but that was 4 years ago. My memories only last 3 years, so disregard. Okay, makeup.
Maestro.
Our first shortlist category. Okay, Maestro. Obviously,
Things.
I would say this is kind of interesting how close this is between Maestro and Poor Things.
Yeah.
Kind of fascinating because Maestro literally only got like, yeah, I don't know. It's not doing amazing with critics groups, but Maestro I think still winning. Then it's Poor Things, then it's Oppie, then it's Killers and then Golda.
Are we doing Napoleon as a lone nom? Also, Society of the Snow could be an issue since that has
but Society of the Snow
lot of fucking makeup.
Didn't get anything from the makeup guild, so they have 5 different categories. Literally,
didn't it not? Okay.
The only thing
Okay, fine.
Society of the Snow, Last Voyage of Demeter, and Beau's Afraid have gotten is the shortlist. That is it.
It's got a lot of makeup.
I understand it does, and I know it showed well up on the shortlist, but I would have liked to see the Makeup and Hair Guild do it somewhere.
I do
Yeah.
have Society of the Snow in my 5, but I'm becoming less confident.
Like I would have wanted to see the Makeup Guild do it somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. That's fair enough. If it didn't get any of those, just yeah.
So then
And then just Killers.
do we just do
Are we
Killers?
sure? Are we sure the Killers is getting in when the film's?
I mean, Killers and Napoleon are both. Like
I'd rather do Napoleon over Killers, maybe.
I'm fine
Like,
with
does
that.
Napoleon make sense as a low nomination for
Other people
costumes?
seeing Society Snow is deaf happening. I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like it would have gotten something else. Demeter, they hate horror. No. Yeah, I don't know.
Ferrari's
Academy
not out of the
Award
realms of
nominee,
possibility.
The Last Voyage of the
The
Demeter.
Demeter. Yeah, that
I mean,
doesn't
they
feel
did like
right.
what, like Jackass Forever or something like that in this guy, or like Dirty Grandpa
They did.
presented by Jackass. That was the thing that they did for makeup. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think
Take Killers out. I don't think we need Killers in there.
So no
That feels
Killers.
that feels like a coattail nom if the film's momentum was like big, and I don't think that's the case.
Yeah,
I
like
just don't.
1917 didn't get makeup. Wait, did it?
So Napoleon, because All Quiet did it last year.
I'd go Napoleon or Ferrari.
This is a real thing.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
But no, I feel Napoleon. Napoleon's fine. Yeah,
I know
agree
they
with
did
you.
Crimes of the Future last year.
1917 was nominated for makeup.
So Napoleon,
No.
Society of Snow, like,
Yeah,
what do we want to go for? I could be easily.
I have
swayed.
Society of the Snow.
There is just so much makeup in that film that it is almost hard.
If you guys want to go, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Listen, you don't know how happy this would make me if Beau is Afraid got an Oscar. I adore
my
Beau is Afraid. It's
That
one
would
of my.
be so good.
But like, yeah,
I just think the shortlist was a win in itself for Beau's Afraid. It's not.
yeah. If you guys want to go Society of Snow, we can do it.
I'd rather do.
I don't know
that.
if I'm personally feeling it, but we can go for it if you want.
Yeah, I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that.
Okay. Damn it, guys! I don't think they care about that with Makeup Guild at all. Okay, here we go. Sound.
What have we got here? Okay.
Oppenheimer, Maestro, Ferrari, Zone, Napoleon is what this says. I think that Barbie's happening though, since it got both guilds. I think if that got both guilds, so like I'd be saying Oppenheimer, Maestro, Ferrari, Barbie, Zone.
I would be happy just to do the top 5 here, and just sub out Barbie for Napoleon.
What category is this?
Sound.
I just Barbie got both guilds, and I think if Barbie got both guilds, because like it's lower here because of critics groups, but that's different than the actual like.
I'm getting the vibe that Napoleon won't be a lone nom. You know?
No, but this is like trying to predict the last duel to get in for sound.
Is it the same thing?
Yes. I think it is Oppenheimer, Maestro, Ferrari, Zone.
Oh wait, no, Napoleon didn't get sound at BAFTA, did it? Oh, fine,
No.
Whatever, ignore me.
Oppenheimer, Maestro, Ferrari, Zone, Barbie. Like, and Barbie did get sound at BAFTA, no?
Yeah, it would make sense for Killers to get snubbed because I don't know.
Yeah, I'm fine without Killers.
Oppenheimer, Maestro, Ferrari, Zone, Barbie.
Yeah,
Barbie's a musical. It got both guilds. It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
If Barbie got snubbed, though, I really wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't if it is.
No, I wouldn't either, but I
everywhere
think it is more likely than the other ones. Like, we can put Barbie 5. That's where I have it, but...
Yeah, that's fair.
Are we okay with this? Like, I don't know what... I don't think...
I don't think the Killer.
I know the Killer... So, who brought it up?
No, I think the Killer might.
The Killer did have a really good bake-off sequence, but Lone Sound is weird to me.
Barbie missed out on the BAFTA.
Fight Club was a lone sound nominee.
Yeah, but that was when they had 2 categories. I don't see a lone sound nom when we just have the unified 5. So this is what I'm leaning.
I mean, I don't entirely know what people are going for when they do Barbie and sound, but there's clearly precedent for it. So
it got both guild, like it's the musical.
Yeah.
It's the musical.
Yeah.
They like going for musicals and sound.
Yeah, maybe that's just it.
And I think that's what supports this editing nominate. Like, remember Tick Tick Boom? Sound editing. I know that's more, but like again, Barbie has that. It also has all like the funny, weird sound effects, like Everything Everywhere did.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with this.
I think Barbie makes a lot of sense for sound.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Oh boy.
Okay, VFX.
Oh God.
I have resigned myself to a very, very, very depressing reality.
That the
Indiana
creators
Jones.
win.
Indiana Jones is going to get nominated,
and that is a horrible.
I don't think so.
Horrible.
I don't think so. Like at all.
I do. I think put the creator in.
Okay, the creator. I do think that. I guess this is winning. I don't know. We'll see.
And put
Guardians
in.
I think Godzilla -1 is winning.
I think Godzilla's in. I don't know if it's winning, but people are still talking about Godzilla. Like it's still a thing. Oh, have you seen this new Godzilla film? Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Guardians, I think, is in.
Guardians is in because if it's it's a popular Marvel film.
I think
people actually
Indiana
like it.
Jones is so gonna get in.
I do think Indiana Jones is in.
I don't see
So
this.
if we're both doing it, it's got to be in there. There's
whatever.
de-aging and it's Disney.
I'm not changing my mind on this.
Yeah. It's
I don't
de-aging
understand
and
this
it's
argument.
Disney. It's de-aging and it's Disney. Like
I don't understand, but like I don't think that matters. Like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, did that get in?
No.
I don't think that.
This is
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull,
No,
again,
not
Kingdom of the Crystal
VFX.
Skull didn't get in
No,
at the
no.
Oscar for
Kingdom
VFX
of the-
or score. I don't think.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull's VFX was laughed at.
Okay, but
No,
what
what
I'm
are
saying is
these? But
you
I
can
don't
point,
But it's
agree.
still gonna
you
get
can
in.
point to de-aging with this. You can point to de-aging with this.
Yeah.
I don't think that like de-aging 3-4 years ago, like when the Irishman was getting in, it was because that was the shiny new thing, and it was the shiny new technology where it's like, oh my god, this is like actually looking good now. Like doing de-aging stuff just doesn't automatically get you in anymore.
No,
like
but if
that-
you're Disney as well, like they did, I know it was COVID year. They did the one and only Ivan. That's how much they will reach out for Disney. They'll just pluck it out. And this is
But
Indiana
that was
Jones.
no. We aren't
Yes, it
looking at a
bombed at the box
COVID year for
office.
VFX when
I don't
literally
care.
all of
It
the
shows that they
blockbusters got
love
moved.
Disney.
It
It shows
would've
that they
moved- no,
fucking love
it-
Disney.
No, that would not have happened if like Dune and Top Gun and like no, absolutely not.
I don't care. It shows they love Disney. It shows they'll pick Disney stuff out. There's a lot of VFX in Indiana Jones, and they're not laughed at in the same way as they were for Kingdom of the Skull. I'm not shaking. I think Indiana Jones is getting in, and
too.
I hate it because it's the worst film of the year in my mind.
I feel like Jonathan and I have the same prediction. Absolutely
Maybe.
not.
But
Also,
like,
yes, it did not.
I'm not taking
one of
it
them's
out.
gonna make it. I'm not taking it out.
I'm not
It's the
taking it
worst
out.
film of the year. It's the worst film of the
It is.
year is getting an Oscar nom, and I hate it. But we need to predict it
Okay.
because I'd rather.
Lucasfilm has missed VFX for non-Star Wars things. They get in for Star Wars, not anything else.
I'd rather be right than not predict it, be wrong, and it would be even more bad in my mind. Well, I'm wrong, and it's a shit nomination.
Yeah, same.
Let's just predict it and move on because me and Sam are both doing it and we're not shaking on it. We'll argue about that fifth and final spot.
I
But
think
Indiana
that
Jones
you're
is
so
going
wrong here. I think that you're so wrong here. And what's your other thing then?
Society of the Snow.
What's
What?
We'll argue about this last one?
What?
You're going for Indian Society of the Snow.
Yeah. I'm not
Okay.
predicting Poor Things or Spider-Verse.
I'm not predicting Spider-Verse. I just
Oh, I'm not predicting poor things.
I'm
I'd
fine
rather
with
do-
putting in. I'm fine with putting in either Spider-Verse or Poor
I
Things.
mean, my 5 would be Spider-Verse and then Mission Impossible. I
Indiana
have top
Jones.
3 and then Spider-Verse, Mission Impossible.
I'm not mad at doing Spider-Verse here. If you want
Jack,
to do Indian
Jack,
Spider-Verse.
Calm down, Jack.
Yeah, that is okay. That's an interesting take. I don't mind if you want to do Indiana Jones and throw your
Spider-Verse is
bone and do
happy.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse is
yeah.
poor things
Let's
makes
do
total
that then.
sense to miss.
Let's do that then. Let's do that.
Like poor
No,
things makes
no. That's not the order though. That's not the order. I see what you're doing there. That's not the order. But Indiana Jones, write it, type it out. I, then the N, then the D. He's not typing it. Okay, there we go. Good. That's fine. I'll keep that. Yeah, Indiana Jones with a big fuck you to any Indiana Jones fan. So that's the new name of the film. Canonical.
I don't care. Whatever. Vibes. It's good. In.
People love Godzilla. People love
Godzilla. Yeah, those are official predictions here. I feel like we should screenshot this one as well. These are our official predictions for best visual effects.
Yeah.
I'm not putting India. I'm physically not going to move my fingers in a way that forces me to type Indiana Jones.
Okay, let's do the math then. Let's get
No,
No,
because
we
the
don't
math
need to
is
do the math.
Indiana Jones,
We
but
don't
I'm
need to do the
not
math
putting it-
because neither of us are shaking. It's not. It's not a negotiable thing. It's not like we're reaching a compromise. Indiana Jones is just going in.
Is going to put Indiana Jones in here too for score.
No.
No.
Okay,
Don't worry about it. No.
but
No.
No,
But-
shut up. Okay, so I've taken out Sam from the stream.
Yeah. No. That would be a step too far. That would be a step too far. No, I kind of feel
Yeah.
good about
Godzilla
a five,
has never
yeah.
because vibes, Ezra. Because vibes. Because everybody's talking about it right now.
everyone.
That's the only
is,
reason why.
Yeah.
No, what about Mission Impossible? I think Mission Impossible is getting in. I think Mission Impossible is the 5.
I don't.
I think it could. I think it doesn't make it. It makes more sense to go for Indiana Jones than it does for Mission Impossible. So
Because I don't care.
there's that.
I don't care. I don't care. vibes.
God.
I expect credit when
Can we just
Indy.
predict score, please?
Well, that's fine. You can get the credit for that because it's not going to happen. It's only getting the one.
God, like Godzilla could absolutely miss, but
And
I
then
just
it would be just Mission Impossible, probably. Oh,
sure,
I could
but
still see Poor Things.
I like for everybody saying Godzilla missing, it could definitely happen, but like I don't know, I just don't see it, and I'm not gonna go against vibes and gut instinct. So, okay, score. Oppie, Killers, Spider-Man, Poor Things, Zone is the top 5 here. So I think we all agree Oppie's winning.
Yep.
Mhm,
Killers is in.
mhm.
I feel good about Poor Things.
Mhm.
And then these last 2 slots, I think it's between the Zone, Boy and the Heron, and Spider-Verse. Zone of
Me
Interest, Boy and the
too.
Heron, and Spider-Verse.
Me
I would
too.
chuck Saltburn in there.
Oh my God, no,
As a
Thomas.
between. As a between. As a between. I'm
no.
not saying it's in, but as a between, it should be noted.
I guess, but it's number 7. Like Saltburn's
Is it?
definitely 7.
I don't
Thomas.
know.
Thomas.
I'd be going Spider-Verse and Zone. Personally.
I'm going Boy and the Heron and Zone.
I think Zone of Interest is in. I feel good about Zone being in. I
Whatever
think
you
it is
do
going to
about
be
that.
one of the animated films left.
I think it's Spider-Verse.
I'm leaning Spider-Verse, but I could definitely see.
Yeah,
it being
no,
snubbed.
I'm fine putting in Spider-Verse. I might be thinking too hard about Boy and the Heron, but
Exactly. I just don't know if it's going to manifest itself, that passion for Boy and Heron. I don't know if it's widespread enough, to be honest.
Guys, Indiana Jones not happening. Okay, again, it didn't happen for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. John Williams, no, it's not. It's not happening. It's absolutely not happening.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
This is a very good
disagree
point.
that it's.
If it got BAFTA, it's probably gonna
But the
get
Zone of Interest wasn't eligible for BAFTA, and I feel like if it was, it would have taken its place.
Sorry, this is really funny because I was
Yeah,
the
but
only
Saltburn
person-
got into BAFTA.
I was the
Everyone's
only
right
person
about
thinking
that.
Saltburn would get into BAFTA for score, and you guys
Yeah.
were both like, absolutely not. And then I was right, and then now I'm like, absolutely not for the Oscars.
Yeah, but you're right about that. Therefore, there's a chance.
I don't
There's
know.
a chance. I'd put it over Indiana Jones.
Saltburn, yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I
Cool.
think it goes 6 Boy and the Heron, 7 Saltburn, 8 Indiana Jones. Elemental Statue. I don't know. Yeah, but if you've heard those 10 minutes,
It's also the first and the last thing you hear.
right?
When you
So like
watch the movie.
you if you're a voter, you won't even really recognize that there's only 10 minutes because it is like the film opens and closes with the score, so it's like fresh in your memory. So yeah, I don't know. I think I feel good about Zone. Yeah. So as I mentioned, there's a window over there. Yeah. Okay. We're fine with this.
Okay.
Maybe, but I don't know. I think if you've seen it, I think if you've seen it and you like it enough to put it into Best Picture, then you're putting it
that's
into
my
score.
logic as well.
And if enough
My
people are putting it into Best Picture for it to get in, then every single person who's doing that's putting it into score.
Yeah.
Okay. Song. So. What?
No,
Okay.
Whatever.
So
top
I'm just
three
Ken.
are easily in. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can just put them all in.
So both Barbies here.
Barbies.
I'm just Ken from Barbie, and then
And we'll decide on a winner another day.
yeah.
We don't
This is
necessarily-
not. I'm just
'cause
writing them down, and
whatever,
you're
yeah.
there on the sheet.
Like we don't know. We don't know. We'll
Because
have-
like
we'll
this is
have
all the
that
information we're gonna
conversation.
have.
Yeah, but we can save that bridge for when we cross to it.
I'm gonna
That's not- that's
I'm
not
gonna do
crazy.
that for now, but we'll just yeah.
Yeah, and
We
then
got
Road to Freedom.
Fire
Road to
Inside.
Freedom's in. Huh?
The Fire Inside is in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Fire
then is
Inside. Jesus
The
Christ.
Fire Inside from the Cheeto movie.
Yeah. What is the actual name of the film? Doesn't matter.
I don't remember.
And then it's it never went
Flaming
away from
Hot.
American.
It never went. Flaming Hot. Has anyone seen that?
The
I
Chiefs
did.
yeah, he did.
Oh.
I knows why. Like, because that's I was saying to you. If it doesn't get the song nom now, you've just seen it for absolutely no reason.
love
But
how
I have now.
how
And
it
now
underlined
I don't have
Cheetos.
to wait 2 hours now, but you guys are gonna have to waste 2 hours watching Cheetos movie.
But you may have
It's so
wasted
funny
them in
that
general. I
this
may
got
not.
mad
need
at
to
you
But
wait.
for-
I knew it was happening. But I just knew it was
Wow.
happening.
That's true. That is true.
Sam, you think this song is good too?
Yeah, I kind of thought it was a banger. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy. It was directed by Eva Longoria. That is a real thing.
The song was kind of good. I'm sorry, it was kind of catchy. I really don't want to admit it, but like, I kind of think it's better than
It should be not. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I did a ranking of all 15 of them, and I'm not gonna lie, I did put it in the top section of the list. Like,
So in the top
put it at
five,
like
you
at like
mean.
7 or 6 on that
Okay.
list.
Okay.
So-
Right. What was last out of curiosity?
Oh, there was one song from Flora and Son that was great, but then there was another song from
Oh
Flora
yeah,
and
they did
Son
too.
that was
Yeah.
really not great.
Okay. Fair.
Okay. Other things here. Can Catch Me Now, maybe. Dance Tonight we can't put in because there's a 3 limit. Keep It Moving, I guess could happen, but again, we're doing Daniel Brooks as the lone nom.
Yeah.
I would love if this happened. Would love
Me
if this
too.
happened.
I don't think that's impossible. I think that could get nominated.
It could randomly get in. I mean, nobody was predicting everything ever. Except, did I do it? I might have. But yeah. Is this science here? Nope. And it never will be.
It never will be.
No.
It never will be.
Never.
As I say, I really hope it is this year because, like, well, not this year actually.
No, I hope it is this year.
I
I
hope it's
want
soon.
the Cheetos movie to win an Oscar.
God. So I was
I
talking about
hope
that
it's soon.
window, and
But yeah,
Am I Dreaming would also be a really fun nom.
but it's just
I
kind
don't
of
think
fallen off the map. That Spider-Verse song.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
it's a good
It's
song, though.
better than a lot of them.
Okay. Animated feature.
This is top 5. Let's do
Top 5.
We're gonna
What are we
ignore-
putting
if
number
Sam
1?
tries to say Chicken Run, we'll ignore him.
Yes. What are we putting
Um,
number 1 though?
Chicken
Spider-Verse.
Run.
We'll put in
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse for now.
Yeah, now.
We'll see what happens at BAFTA. And the Annies.
Yeah.
And then it's honestly is Nimona third? No, Elemental's third, surely. And
Elemental,
then Nimona.
then Nimona, then yeah.
Yeah, this is the 5 that I've had for a while, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think this is the 5 that everybody's probably having, except for Sam, because he thinks Chicken Run's going to get in.
I do.
It could, but it would be over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I just haven't seen much weakness from it, which I expected. Like, I kind of expected it to be weaker than it actually has been.
I've been telling you, though, they're going to go for the turtles. Like,
Exactly. Like, it's not been weak. It's
Literally,
not
if you
been
look
weak,
at the
Teenage
next
Mutant
like
Ninja Turtles.
this, it's Robot Dreams, then Suzume, then Super Mario, then Wish, then Chicken Run.
Yeah, Chicken Run's not happening. It got in at the BAFTAs because it's British, and there aren't
Yeah.
many British animated
Yeah.
films. that
Okay.
get
So
released.
what's your excuse for Shaun the Sheep 2, which had way less visibility and also
That
COVID
was
year.
in a COVID year.
COVID year.
That was COVID year.
Okay. Fine. When I'm right, when I'm right, I'm gonna give you the biggest "I told you so" of all time because I know I'm
Okay.
gonna get it right.
And that was also that's basically like a silent animated film, so it's all in the animate. Whereas Chicken Run's like just a basic stop motion.
How is that an
animation.
argument?
Because like it's all about the animation in Shaun the Sheep. They're conveying everything for animation.
No, I know, but like,
Whereas Chicken Run's more of like it's just a very standard film that happens to be stop motion. Shaun the Sheep was a great example of stop motion. You know?
if these stupid motherfuckers do Wish.
oh my god,
Oh, I don't think they are. I don't think people know what Wish is. I think Oscar voters will look at that ballot, see Wish, and go, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. Okay. International. This is so bizarre as far as what made the short list and what like.
Yeah,
So
I'm just going with whatever on this one. I'm
Okay, so
just
Zone
picking random things.
in Society of the Snow in.
I saw
yeah.
someone the other day try and say that the Zone of Interest isn't gonna win this category because they're gonna vote for it in something else, and Society of the Snow is gonna end up winning. And I just
I've seen most. I think Fallen Leaves happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of leaning 20 Days in Mariupol. Can we?
I
Agree
think
on
20
this?
Days
I'm
in
also
Mariupol.
leaning 20 Days in Mariupol.
Because
And
they
I wanna
like
put
going for
Totem in.
documentaries in this category, even if they
Yeah.
aren't even getting nominated. As you mentioned with what was that? Jesus Christ, what was that called? Honeyland?
Yeah.
Yeah, Honeyland, right?
Guys, can we do something bold and predict the Teacher's Lounge or something?
No, I want to do Totem. I think
Or
Totem.
Totem.
I don't even
That's
think
fine.
that's
I'm
that
fine with
bold.
saying the Taste of Things and Perfect Days miss.
Oh yeah, I think those are two
so
good
annoying that
candidates for
Perfect Days is gonna
snubs.
miss.
Justine
They're two-
Triet is going to be very happy if the Taste of Things doesn't get nominated.
Mm,
Yeah, let's do it for Justine.
yeah. No, Taste of Things and Perfect Days are good candidates to get snubbed. Like they
Yeah.
just feel like
It's so annoying. Perfect Days is so good. That's so annoying.
It
I
really
also want to do one that's outside of Europe. So in which case,
Yeah, that's true. I don't
you're
want to do
whittled
all
down.
European.
You're whittled down to what? Totem.
Yeah, you
What's
Captain
next?
Zero. Godland. So I just watched Godland. Amazing movie. Everything else is European here. I
Yeah.
think.
I mean, it's usually European.
I know, but they usually do one non-European one, right?
I think that's the general rule in predicting this category is don't do full European.
Yeah, because like last year in
In which
Argentina,
case-
1985.
And
yeah.
Totem would be a very, very worthy nom. I'd
Yeah.
love to see Totem get in it.
Yeah,
One of
I
the
think
best
Totem makes
international films of the year.
Hashtag for Justine. Yeah. Yeah, cool. I like this 5.
Yeah,
It
I'm fine with that.
definitely wouldn't be my 5, but as far as predicting, yeah, that's fine. Last category, everybody.
Last category, and I'll mostly be deferring. I do not.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've seen almost all of these.
I've
Yeah, I know
seen
you are.
none of them, so I don't have much.
You've
of
seen
the-
none of them, Sam?
No, I haven't seen any.
Oh my
I've
God.
seen Still, and I've seen American
I've
Symphony.
seen all but 3.
Okay.
So
I've seen Still, and I've seen American Symphony, and I'm not guaranteed both of them are even happening. Like,
still, I'm snubbing Still.
yeah, Still, I think we've agreed on something. After seeing American Symphony,
Why don't I
is it the
predict?
type thing they go for?
We aren't. Should we
Oh,
predict the shorts?
I mean, it would literally be throwing darts. I have literally no clue. So we can try if we want. Do it
Well,
based on names, maybe. Look at the shortlist and do it based on names, because that's how they do it anyway.
I mean, I have shorts predictions on Awards Expert, and I can just read them off.
Yeah, we can just
Anyway,
defer
let's
to you.
get
and
through
then-
Doc first. Let's go through Doc. Okay.
Yeah.
Still, I think is missing. Even though it's been doing so well, okay, it won Critics' Choice Documentary Award. Guess what did that last year? Good Night Oppie. Okay, they hate these like the documentaries that are about famous people in Hollywood, and then it's just about those famous people. Okay, we saw that last year with Sydney and Senior. We've seen that countless times before.
And
feels
Moon Age Daydream didn't get nominated.
Yeah.
It feels Moon Age
And
Daydream, it
even
feels
though
exactly
I
the same.
think it is a better example of that than most. Senior,
Absolutely.
Senior, I think you can kind of take. Senior's a different sort of thing. But it is a better version of it than most, but equally still, yeah, it probably just won't happen.
And then I think American Symphony is getting in.
Is it that type of thing that gets in?
Netflix.
It is
all I would say.
Netflix. It is
Netflix.
Netflix.
They're always going to go for a Netflix thing, and this is Netflix's top priority.
Yeah.
That's why Netflix. And then I think it's going to be Bobby Wine. Because
Yeah, I was just reading about what Bobby Wine's about, and it feels like
I just watched it yesterday. It got cinema, it got IDA. It's like very, very important. It's not really interesting or bold, and it's just like very, very broad, and it's the exact type of thing that they go for. So Bobby Wine I put in. And then the last thing I put in is The Eternal Memory. Saw it at Sundance. Amazing movie. It's from the same director that did The Mole Agent, which got nominated, which is also amazing if you haven't seen it.
People are mentioning Four Daughters, and Four Daughters did make both shortlists.
Yeah, it did, but that just felt like it fell off a mat. I don't know. This feels like it makes sense to me as a 5. Like 32 Sounds is there, Four Daughters is there. Going to Mars. It's a crime. By the way, this is the best documentary of the year right here at Kokomo City. Brilliant documentary. It is a crime that it didn't get this, much less be getting the nomination, much less be winning the Oscar, which it should be doing. Please watch Kokomo City. But yeah, I mean, but like it's the doc short list, so like we could see like Apollonia, Stamped from the Beginning, A Still Small Voice. Like we could see a bunch of random stuff happening here. But this is what I'd say, unless anybody has
Well, people are saying Gotham Award is a good stat. I don't know about that.
People are saying Indie Spirits as well right now. I'm predicting 0 to 5. Okay.
I'm not sure about American Symphony, to be honest.
I feel like surely Netflix gets something, unless it's like Stamped from the Beginning is another Netflix thing. Do we want to go that?
Maybe. I just don't know.
I'm pretty
didn't
sure
feel
Stamped
like
from
the
the
type of
Beginning.
documentary they'd go for. It just didn't feel like that type of documentary. You know?
I
Might
think
be
that makes
something.
sense. Oh god.
17 years for Gotham?
Oh wow.
If it's 17 years, let's put 4 daughters in.
Yeah, that's really strong.
Wait, what'd they say?
17 years.
I think
Okay.
Four Daughters is gonna get in.
Yeah, let's put 4 daughters in.
Yeah.
Stamped from the Beginning. Oh yeah.
And then maybe Stamped from the Beginning can go in over
Maybe.
Eternal Memory.
I'm fine with that. American Symphony didn't. It was okay as a documentary.
Yeah, I mean,
it
Stamped from
was
the Beginning is one of the things. This is one of the ones that I haven't seen, but it is Netflix. It's Netflix's other thing than American Symphony. Going to Mars is on Max. Yeah. I'm fine with this.
I'm fine. I mean, yeah. I don't know about going to Mars. It could happen.
It could. I don't know.
I could.
I don't know. Do we feel okay with this? Do we feel okay with this?
I feel about as fine with it.
I
I
have.
mean, it's got to the stage. It's got to the stage where I haven't seen any of those in the lineup. So make of that what you will.
I don't know why you guys don't watch docs.
Oh, they're just hard to get around to. It's just a lot of films.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
You also are shocked whenever I haven't seen like a 3-hour Belgian film from
that is also very true.
3 people logged on Letterboxd, which has
whatever. Shut up. It's not that hard to watch some documentaries. Come on.
No, I know, but when I go to a film festival, like I'm like, I don't know, like, and I don't have that much time. I'm going to go to like the big movies that everyone's talking about. And
none of them really come out in the UK either. Like they're on Indie Spirit screen, so I'll check out them on there. But a lot of them just don't even come out here. So
I don't know. Anyways,
also, this is a thing I can just see them doing. Like a really random thing the Oscars do, where they'll like do it in song but not documentary.
Yeah,
and
they've done that with documentaries before.
And it just won't. Will happen.
But like they've done like documentaries in song when they weren't even shortlisted. Like they do random stuff. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm watching 6 docs at Sundance this year. Like that's where I get a head start. Like I watch a lot of docs at Sundance. So yeah, okay. Just to briefly, I'm going to just vocalize my shorts predictions. So for documentary short, I have ABCs of Book Banning winning, and then also getting in The Last Repair Shop, Black Girls Played the Story of Hand Games, The Barber of Little Rock, and Camp Courage getting in. I also think Graham and Graham Last Song from Kabul. Like I've actually heard things about those. Animated short, I think they're going to give the win to Once Upon a Time from a Studio or whatever, the Disney thing. And then I think Letters to a Pig, War is Over, 95 Senses, and boom. This is, I think, just like the consensus 5. I'm just going for it. Those are just basically yoinked from Awards Expert. And then live action short, I don't think they're going to do the Wes Anderson or the Pedro.
Yeah.
I don't think either of them are going to happen. They didn't do Pedro for his last short. I don't know. Yeah, CYUs. Maybe, but I don't know. So live action short, I'm doing The After, The Anne Frank Gift Shop, and Avocado Pit, Red, White, and Blue, and The Shepherd. So no Pedro and no Wes.
Okay.
So yes. You think Pedro misses but Wes wins? I mean, here's the thing. I think if Wes gets in, he wins. But I'm just not predicting that right now. Like, that feels too safe.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm not. Whatever. I forgot what our bets were. To be honest, I I forgot what I bet you money on. Okay. Anyways, those are our predictions.
I think that's it.
We did this for an hour and God, this was long.
Yes, it was. It was lots to talk about. I mean, these are the finals. These are the big ones, aren't they? These are
Yeah.
the big ones. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, those are our final Oscar nomination predictions. Thomas and I will be reacting to them on Tuesday, and it will be very fun and exciting.
I will be reacting to them on Tucker's channel, Backlot Banter, on Tuesday.
Yes, and
I will be having this mic.
The film one is Backlot, right?
Yeah.
Backlot
I will
Banter.
be having this mic really close to my face, so whenever the Zone of Interest gets nominated for anything, I will be screaming directly into this, and it will probably blast the speakers out of the computer. So have fun with that.
Yeah. Genuinely, I think like literally half of this video's runtime is just us arguing and doing math
probably.
with supporting actress.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it. You can follow us on Letterboxd and Twitter and A Word Expert if you'd like. It's just our names: Trevor Matson, Thomas Hudson, and Sam Meltzer. But thank you everybody. This should be this will be fun. This will be fun. This is the end of the first phase, and then we get into arguing over the winners.
Win predictions. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, but all right. We'll see you all on Tuesday. Until then, thank you everybody for watching, and goodbye. Bye.